Ever wonder if your pocket change holds a fortune? Some US quarters and dollar coins are worth not hundreds but hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay with us as we reveal the top 3 ultra-rare coins that turned everyday money into jaw-dropping, life-changing treasure. Let me know if you'd like the full video script with values and history. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was first made in 1979. It was a big deal at the time because Susan B. Anthony was the first real woman, not a symbol like Lady Liberty, to appear on a US coin. The mint wanted to make a smaller dollar to replace the big and heavy Eisenhower dollar. The coin looked almost the same size as a quarter, which caused confusion, and many people didn't like using it. Because of this, it wasn't made for long. But what many people don't know is that a few very special versions of this coin became incredibly rare, and some of those rare ones are worth tens of thousands of dollars today. Now, let's talk about what makes some 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars so valuable. First, we have something called the wide rim variety. Most of the $1,979 have what's called a narrow rim, where the date sits far away from the edge of the coin. But in the rare wide rim version, the date is much closer to the edge. These coins are hard to find, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. A wide rim coin in perfect condition can sell for $1,500 or more. That's already exciting, but it gets even crazier. Some 1979 Susan B. Anthony coins were struck with mistakes called mint errors, and those are the real moneymakers. These errors happened when the coin was made at the mint. One rare error is when the coin was struck on the wrong kind of metal, called a planchette. For example, there are some Susan B. Anthony dollars that were struck on metal meant for dimes or pennies. Imagine a dollar coin, but it's the size and metal of a dime. One of these sold for over $10,000, and another for even more. These are the kinds of coins that make collectors go wild. Even more amazing are coins that were struck on top of other coins, like a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar that was struck on a Jefferson nickel. This is called a double denomination error. One of these coins sold at auction for $15,275. Just think someone could have spent that coin like a regular dollar, not realizing it was worth over $15,000. There are also coins that were struck off-center, meaning the design wasn't lined up correctly. Some are just a little bit off, but the really valuable ones are way off, like 50% or even 75% off-center. These mistakes are rare and can sell for $500, $1,000, or more depending on how clear the error is. Other coins were struck more than once, or have a clipped edge where a piece of the coin is missing. Each of these errors makes the coin unique and more valuable to collectors. Now, here's where the story gets even more exciting. While the most common rare coins sell for a few $1,000s, there are rumors of private sales, that means sales not listed in public auctions, where super rare 1979 Susan B. Anthony coins have sold for $48,000, $79,000, and even $105,000. These might be coins that have a perfect grade, plus a rare mint error, plus the wide rim design all in one coin. That's the kind of combination that could drive a collector to pay big money, especially if it's the only one known to exist. Even if you don't find one worth 6 figures, you could still be holding a $500 or $1,000 coin without even knowing it. The best part is, it only takes a minute to check. If you have any 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars at home, or if you see one at a yard sale, in a vending machine, or in your grandparents' old coin jar, take a close look at it. Check the date and see how close it is to the rim. Use a magnifying glass if you can. If it looks unusual or the design seems off, it might be worth getting checked by a coin expert. Also, pay attention to the mint mark. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint will have a small P on them. That's where some of the rarest errors happened. You might also see a D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Each mint has its own rare versions and errors, especially coins in perfect mint state condition. These are coins that were never used in everyday life and have no scratches or wear. A coin like that, even without an error, can be worth hundreds or thousands if it's graded high enough by a company like PCGS or NGC. It's amazing to think that a coin that once seemed useless and forgotten could now be one of the most valuable pieces in a collection. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar started off as a failed experiment, but now, thanks to a few tiny differences and minting mistakes, it's become a treasure hunt. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. You never know when the next big find will show up in your own pocket. So, before you spend that old dollar coin or toss it in a drawer, take a second look. Because it might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Maybe it's not just $1, maybe it's your ticket to $1 500 or $10 000, or even that dream number of $105,000. All from one little coin. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about rare coins like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you think you've got one of these treasures in your own collection. And remember, your change could change your life. Can you believe a simple 25-cent coin could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? That's right. Some 1976 bicentennial quarters, the ones with the drummer boy on the back, are hiding in plain sight, and they could be worth a fortune. So don't skip this video, because by the end, you'll know how to spot the rare ones, what to look for, and why these coins are worth so much. Who knows? You might already have one in your pocket or coin jar. The 1976 quarter was made to honor 200 years of American freedom. It has two dates on the front, 1776 and 1976, and a special design on the back that shows a drummer boy. These coins were made in huge numbers, over 1 billion of them, but not all of them are the same. Some were made with silver, some have minting mistakes, and some are just super rare in great condition. These special coins can be worth way more than 25 cents. Let's talk about the silver ones first. Most quarters are made of copper and nickel. But in 1976, the San Francisco Mint made some quarters out of 40% silver. These were not meant for everyday use, they were made for collectors. Some of these silver coins, when kept in perfect shape, have sold for over $19,000. That's right, $19,000 for one quarter. If you find one that has a super shiny mirror-like surface, and no scratches at all, it could be worth a lot. Now let's talk about errors. These are mistakes that happened when the coins were being made at the mint. Some coins were struck off center, so the picture is not where it's supposed to be. Some have missing parts. Others have what's called doubling, where the letters or numbers look like they've been stamped twice. That kind of mistake is called a double die. A double die bicentennial quarter has sold for over $8,000. But wait, some people believe the rarest of these could be worth over $250,000 or more, especially if it's graded in top condition. Speaking of grades, coin grading is really important. Coins are graded from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A perfect quarter, with no scratches, sharp details, and super bright surfaces, can be worth way more than one that looks worn or damaged. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC can tell you what grade your coin is. If you think you've got something rare, it might be worth sending it to them. Some coins also have a missing layer. These are called missing clad layer coins. They look coppery all over because they're missing the outer silver-colored layer. That's not normal, and that kind of coin could be worth up to $25,000. And there's more. Some quarters were struck on the wrong kind of metal. These are called wrong planchet errors. For example, a quarter might have been struck on a piece of metal meant for a dime. That kind of mistake is rare and valuable. Some of these coins have sold for thousands, and collectors go crazy for them. Another rare type is the clipped planchet quarter. These look like someone took a bite out of the coin. That bite is actually a minting error where a piece of the coin wasn't formed right. These can also sell for big money, sometimes $10,000 or more, depending on the shape and condition. One thing that makes some coins really special is how sharp the details are. On the back of the bicentennial quarter, look at the drum. If you can see every single drum line clearly, that's a good sign. Coins with sharp drum lines, and no wear at all, can bring in $10,000 or even more. Even regular-looking quarters from the Philadelphia or Denver mints could be worth a lot if they are in mint condition and have never been used. A regular 1976 quarter from Philadelphia once sold for $500,000 just because it was in perfect shape and had a unique feature. And here's the wild part: some websites and collectors talk about bicentennial quarters being worth millions. While those might be extreme or rare cases, it shows how excited people are about these coins. So it's worth checking your change. So how do you know if your coin is rare? First, look at the back. If it has a drummer boy, it's a 1976 bicentennial quarter. Then check the front of the coin. Look for the mint mark under the hair of George Washington. An S means it came from San Francisco. A D means Denver. No letter means Philadelphia. Silver coins will feel a bit heavier and sound different when you tap them. Next, look for mistakes. Other words or numbers doubled. Is the picture off-center? Is there a piece missing or a copper color all over? These are signs of rare coins. And finally, check the condition. A coin that has never been used, with no scratches or wear, is worth way more than one that's been in someone's pocket for 40 years. So before you spend that next quarter, take a closer look. You could be holding a small fortune without even knowing it. That's why coin collecting is so exciting. You never know what treasure you might find. Many people search through jars, drawers, and old boxes hoping to find one of these rare quarters. Some do, and it changes their lives. Others just enjoy the hunt. Either way, it's fun and exciting. And it all starts with a simple 25-cent coin. So go check your change. You might find silver, doubling, a minting mistake, or even a perfect gem hiding in your hands. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. They might have one of these rare coins too. And if you think you found something valuable, talk to a coin expert or send it to a grading company. One small coin could be worth thousands and maybe even hundreds of thousands. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your treasure hunt. Let me know if you'd like this version turned into a script format or want background music or subtitle suggestions for YouTube Shorts or a full video. I think that sounds impossible, but the rare 2000 Sacagawea $1 error coin has surprised collectors with values from $70,000 all the way up to $150,000. That's right, some of these coins have sold for almost $100,000 or even more. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this coin is so special, how it got this way, and what you can do if you find one. The Sacagawea dollar was introduced in the year 2000 by the United States Mint. The goal was to replace the older Susan B. and Anthony dollar coins, which people didn't really like or use much. The new coin was golden in color and had a smooth edge, and it showed a picture of Sacagawea. She was a Native American woman who helped the explorers Lewis and Clark on their journey across America. The design was made to honor her and to create a coin that people would want to use in everyday life. Millions of these coins were made in 2000, so they were very common. The government hoped that people would use these coins a lot, but that didn't really happen. Instead, many people started collecting them. Most of the coins are just worth $1, but a very small number have special mistakes that make them extremely rare and valuable. These mistakes happen during the minting process. When coins are made, a blank metal disc is pressed with heavy dies that stamp the design on both sides. If something goes wrong during this process, you get an error coin. Sometimes the metal isn't cut right, sometimes the coin is struck twice, or the design is off-center. These mistakes can make a coin look very different and very rare. One of the rarest mistakes for the 2000 Sacagawea dollar is called a clipped planchet error. This means the metal blank that was supposed to become the coin was cut unevenly or partly missing. When the coin is struck, part of the edge is missing. It might look like a piece has been cut off. These coins are very unusual and very rare, which makes them highly sought after by collectors. Another important error is called a double strike. This happens when the coin is stamped twice before it leaves the mint. The designs on the coin look blurry or doubled, almost like a shadow behind the main design. This kind of error is also very rare and can increase the coin's value a lot. There is also the off-center strike error. This means the coin was not lined up properly when it was stamped, so part of the design is missing or pushed to one side. The coin looks uneven and strange, but these off-center coins are prized by collectors because they don't happen often. When you put all these errors together, you start to understand why some of these coins have sold for such high prices. While a normal Sacagawea dollar is just worth $1, an error coin in great condition can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Some have sold for as low as $70,000, others for $98,000, and a few very rare examples have sold for $150,000 or more. This is because collectors value rarity and uniqueness, and error coins like these are like treasures that come by once in a lifetime. Sacagawea herself was an important figure in American history. She was a young woman who helped explorers find their way across the country. The coin was designed to celebrate her and her contribution. This makes the coin special even without errors. But when you add in the rare mistakes, it becomes something much bigger than just a coin. It becomes a piece of history and a prized collector's item. If you want to know if your coin is one of these rare error coins, here is what you can do. First, look closely at the edge of the coin. Is there a part missing or clipped off? Does it look uneven? That might be a clipped planchet error. Next, look at the design on the front and back. Does it look blurry or doubled? That might be a double strike. Or is the design pushed to one side and missing part of the picture? That could be an off-center strike. If you think your coin has one of these errors, don't get too excited before you check it carefully. The next step is to have it authenticated. You can take it to a professional coin grader or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will look at your coin, check if the error is real, and give it a grade that tells you how valuable it is. This step is very important because many fake error coins exist, and grading helps buyers and sellers trust the coin's value. Once your coin is authenticated and graded, you can decide if you want to sell it. Selling rare coins can be tricky. Many people use online auctions like eBay, or they go to specialized coin auctions where experts sell coins for the best prices. Some collectors will pay a lot for a genuine rare error coin. But always be careful. There are scammers out there who might try to cheat you. Always use trusted services and don't rush into selling without checking your options. The story of the 2000 Sacagawea $1 error coin is a perfect example of how something simple can turn into something incredible. It reminds us that treasures are sometimes hiding in the most ordinary places. You might have this rare coin in your pocket or your collection without even knowing it. The next time you come across a Sacagawea dollar, take a moment to look at it carefully. You might just have a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars or more. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing coin, please like this video and subscribe for more fascinating stories about coins and hidden treasures. If you have ever found a rare coin or want to share your story, please leave a comment below. We love hearing from other treasure hunters and collectors. Keep looking, keep collecting, and remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest surprises. If you want, I can help you break this down further for narration or suggest visuals to make your video even better. Would you like me to do that?